Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have made it to week 15. Congratulations. You're in the playoffs, more than likely. There is a couple of chances that you're not, but it's still so unlikely. If you are looking for questions, I don't have them. I have answers. That's all I got for you. Unfortunately, this is where we're at. This is a game that probably has a lot of people questioning who they should start, they should sit. Only thing that you're not playing is K-Dotton. Outside of that, you're definitely not playing Drake London. You're potentially playing Mooney, but I would much rather play David Sills, the fifth. Otherwise, you're looking at the other side of the ball. Do I play Buka? Do I play any of these players? Whole reason I'm here is to get that question answered for you. So if you have the questions, get them asked, and I will answer them the best of my abilities. Until then, it is Thursday night. Have prime football tonight. Hopefully you guys get to watch it. Last time I looked, I'll double check. But the over-under for tonight's game was 44.5. I don't think it's changed, but I'm pulling that up real quick. While I wait for questions, have they changed it? They have it, yep, still at 44.5. However, the Bucks have now moved to 5.5 point favorites instead of 4.5 point favorites. Not that massive of a change, but definitely something to keep a note. I'm guessing that, just changed. It opened. Now it's at 6. So if it's gone up even more. They're really thinking that Evans being back is going to be the big part of that. But until we actually see it, I figure 6 points is probably about right. I don't think you can really get away from that in this game. I'm surprised they have it as high as they do, but definitely going to be interesting to see. All right, BTFU, you'll start us off. I need to choose one, a wide receiver. Ibuka, Shakir, Higgins, or Watson. Man, that's tough. I think that really comes down to you, what your projections are right now. If right now you are projected to win, I think I would play Watson, and then if that changes, I'd go to Higgins. Because Watson still has a safer floor. I have him slightly. They're all kind of in the same area. However, if Higgins is cleared, he jumps ahead of all these players so quickly, and it's not close. So, if you want to play Buka because you want some of the action tonight, it's okay. The matchup isn't horrible. It's just I don't think that his biggest issues are going to come from him playing. It's the fact that he's going to be taken out in order to play other players, and that is kind of making me more nervous to play him. So, makes it interesting. I'm not completely sold on it, unfortunately, because it's not the ideal situation that you're hoping for. All right. So I would go Watson, and then because it also gives you time to wait, and if Higgins passes, then I would immediately play Higgins because that's how big of a jump it is. Meanwhile, Watson and Igbuka are pretty much in the same boat of a weird roulette wheel, unfortunately. That's weird. I wonder why nothing's popping up. Okay. Well, I see questions, but for some reason it's not allowing me to get them in. All right, let me mess with this. However, while I'm waiting, I do have, I'm guessing it's Zioli. Massive decision, half PPR. Need one wide receiver, one tight end, one flex. Adonai Mitchell, Mooney, Jawan Johnson, likely, or someone deep on waivers. Man, that is tough. Because we're still not sure who the quarterback is going to be for the Jets, and that is terrifying for you. So unfortunately, not the situation you're wanting to be in there. And I also am not big on Mooney, so that also isn't looking good for you, unfortunately. However, I do actually really like your tight end here is going to be likely. I think he gives you the most upside. Now, looking at, I have to pull that back up because I don't have it available. I'll go and look and see what's widely available on waivers right now because I'm not quite sure if that's popping up as an option. There's 15. Okay. So give me a second. I'll double check on your wide receiver option there, Ziegler. And then I see Patriot Act. And that is between Kincaid and Ibuka. Again, it's dependent on what your upside you're looking for. I think Kincaid's a lot safer, but Ibuka has more upside. I just at that point you're looking at a flex, and I'd rather not tie myself down to a Thursday night player, especially in a game that's just so. All right, now that I got roster percentages. He said deep 14 teams. I'll go under 20. I still like DK a lot if he's available. If T. Higgins remains out, I like Yoshi Voss. It looks like CD's going past, so your Flournoy's out. He's probably picked up anyway. Yeah, you're really getting the weeds down here. There's not a whole lot, unfortunately. If you get any kind of return yards, I'd be on getting somebody like Malik Washington or yeah, all the rest of these are so iffy. Gabe Davis could be interesting. I don't like that as much. The one who's really available that you could flex that I don't like is for tonight, and it's David Sills, as I kind of mentioned earlier. Just because him and Cousins kind of have a connection, and they've been scoring together. And so it's been kind of an interesting situation to see how that's been working out. So makes it interesting. Douglas is fine, I guess. But I think David Sills is probably your best bet, unfortunately. If you're getting away from all of that. Mitchell, I would go Mitchell, but again, we don't know who the quarterback is, and that's the biggest issue. What's up, Glitchy? I'm having issues for some reason. It's not populating my chat, and I'm not quite sure what's causing it. So, actually, I'm going to see if I can't do this again and have it send me something and hope for the best. Well, yeah, that's so weird. It's not popping up for some reason. Okay. Well, as the questions come in, okay. And then BTFU, I see you have between Burrow and Purdy. I would probably, of those two, I'm going to go Burrow. I think he offers a little more upside. Again, it becomes much better if Higgins is there, but it definitely makes it not the ideal situation. Also, if you're, again, Trey Tucker is probably your safest bet of those options. If it's any kind of PPR, I'd probably go Tucker over Adnai and Mooney, and then go with likely as my tight end and hope for the best. Robert, Evans, or Gainwell, if T is out. Yeah, I think Gainwell's a lot safer than Evans. So we kind of touched on it last night because we're not sure what that is even going to look like. And so it definitely makes it more terrifying to try and justify using that as a potential option. So it definitely makes me more nervous of trying to get that out there. So I'd much rather go with Gainwell, but I kind of know what his floor is. He's going to see anywhere from 4 to 9 touches in the backfield, and then he's going to see anywhere from 3 to 8 targets. And so it becomes especially more interesting if Washington is out or if any of the other wide receiving options are out, because Gainwell, again, is at the top there. So, and then Glitchy stuck with Ibuka, Kincaid, and Rodriguez, even though I see you said yes. Rodriguez remains the safest play. of all that, if you're chasing upside, Ibuka is the next option. Rodriguez again. He in the first half of the game yesterday or last week, he saw over 70% of the touches. It's only when the game was out of control that they got away from running the ball, and so his snaps went down, which is going to see what happens anytime they get that far behind. And so Rodriguez remains the number one back, and this is actually a really good matchup defensively for him. So Zayoli, no, I'm not playing Mooney. I don't care what you say. I would never play Mooney. I'd play Tucker over Mooney because Cousins can't do it right now. I'd much rather go David Sills over Mooney. So I want to do your nails. Last three in guillotine. Happy to help. Pick one full PPR. I mean, you can't get away from Cook. I'm pretty sure. Cook is the one who brought you, and I have him right next to Etienne. So if you're scared of playing Cook, Etienne would be my next option. Because I kind of get it. It's against the Patriots. Patriots have been pretty good against the run, and so it definitely makes it a more interesting situation. Man, that is so weird. I don't know why these aren't working. It's driving me crazy, y'all. I don't know why it's not populating anything. It's like the extension shut off. There it is. Oh, thank God. Okay. Finally. Manuel, Corpus, which tight end? Pitt, Schultz, or Strange? Oh, that's good. I actually really like this question. This is a hard one. Looking at my tight ends, I currently have it as Pitt. I have it as Pitts. Pitts is the highest. So that's fine. You don't need it right now. This is a flex position. Oh wait, no, it's a wide receiver. You can still wait. There's other options that will work out just fine for you. Oh, I'm so happy that worked. Okay. Had to turn it off, turn it back on. Should have known that. Not an IT guy, but that's usually the first thing you go to. All right, Doc. Points per first down. Pick 3. Waddle, Higgins, Pierce, Watson, Evans tonight. No. It's not so much that Evans is the issue. It's more the fact that they're going to limit his snaps as expected. And they're going to only have him in on key plays, which makes me more nervous. I trust Waddle a lot, and I trust Watson. So because of the fact that you don't know if T is playing, you're kind of forced to play Evans. So unfortunately, it will probably be Evans because you don't know on T. And you probably won't know until earliest tomorrow. Latest will be Sunday morning. So not the ideal situation you want to be in. All right, Glitchy. McLaughlin or Fairbairn? I'm pretty sure this is still Fairbairn. Yep, I have Fairbairn 2 spots higher than McLaughlin, but they're both good matchups. So I wouldn't be surprised if you go McLaughlin because these defensives do kind of end up stepping up, and he has the ability to have to kick more field goals than them score. But if that doesn't happen, I mean, I think Fairbairn is just sort of difficult to sit because he's playing so well. So Jacob, I like both of these, honestly. But currently I have Burden higher based on the matchup. I trust it a little more. And while I like Booty, it's really hit or miss. And the way I have the narrative working for that team is that they are going to be chasing points. So Booty should see the work. However, that's not something you can trust. Meanwhile, Burden, I know what his usage is right now with and without Adunze, and it's good enough that I'm willing to play him over Booty currently. So much rather flex Burden. All right, Royce. Should I trust Mecca Ibuka tonight with Evans, or should I put Cortland? I would be starting Sutton. Again, it's not so much Ibuka being the issue. It's just, as we kind of delved into last night, that really will scary. And I still think with now Pat Bryan likely being out, that Sutton, again, they're going to have to throw in this game. I don't think that they're going to be able to just maintain the game against the Packers, and so it should make them have to throw. I get wanting to do it, but which one are you more likely to kick yourself over starting, or sitting? I guess is the better question. If you sit in Emeka Egbuka this week, does it really make you just so mad at yourself that you don't see how you would have ever done something like that? Because I'll give, just based on the data we have. So far in the year, Egbuka is 15, Sutton is 18. Egbuka has won over the past 4 weeks, has yet to have a double-digit game. Meanwhile, over the past 4 weeks, Sutton has had 2 at 17 and 12 fantasy points apiece. So just looking at the recent trends, I'd much rather go Sutton. Also, the fact that Egbuka, I mean, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So over half of his games are under, or exactly half of his games are under. That would be over half because that includes the bye. So are under 10 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Meanwhile, Sutton only has 4 under double digits. So, all right, want to do your nails? Joe Burrow, Stafford, Dak Prescott, Dart, Brock Purdy. Again, I don't think you really go super wrong here, because you have all the things I want to start. I currently have Stafford ranked the highest, followed by Dart, followed by Dak, or followed by Burrow, then Dak. So all those are really good options. Can definitely see why you're still in it. Jerome, need a tight end. Theo Johnson or Mike Gesicki. If Higgins is out, it's going to be Gesicki for sure. So even with him in, it's close. Theo also, I'm pretty sure, popped up with an injury today. Yeah, he's been dealing with a toe, which not a big deal, but definitely something that makes me more iffy on Theo. So I'd much rather play Gesicki if given the option. Batch 82. Have Achane, Chase Brown, Henderson, Hampton, and Marks, and you start 3. This might be made for you. I would have it as Achane, Brown, and Marks, but if Marks is out, then I play Henderson. Or if Achane's out, then I play Henderson. You're definitely going to have to continue to watch the waiver wire. Thankfully, none of these play tonight, so you should be good. And then Jerome. Oh, now you add Loveland and Waller. I think it then goes to Loveland. Yep, and then Loveland would be the one I would start of those. Santiago, Algier, or Hunt. Don't really like either of these. I would probably lean Algier just because he scores, and I'm more willing to trust that at this point. Much rather trust it. So, Chess Ninja, love the name. Joe Burrow or Stafford. I still have Stafford higher. I know. That is definitely the case that you're in. Stafford is the much safer play. But Burrow does have a better matchup. It becomes more iffy if Higgins is out, and so you can come back Sunday for this question. But as of right now, I have Stafford at 2 and I have Burrow at 5. So I don't think you go wrong between those two. Calzone Dynasty, Egbuka, or Jaden Higgins. I'm more willing to trust Jaden Higgins right now because I know what his role is. I have Higgins at 33 and Egbuka at 34, so they're literally back-to-back. Which shows you how much upside there is for Egbuka that I have him that high. So I have Higgins because he's a safer play, and I'd much rather trust what I've been seeing up till now than throw in Egbuka, who over the past handful of weeks have really been hurting you with drops. While that could change, I'm more nervous that he no longer sees end zone targets. That just completely goes away with Evans and Godwin both being back. And those are the kind of the points that you would expect him to really benefit, unfortunately. All right, Jerome. Full point, 6 40-point passing league. Allen, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield. Back to the quarterback. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's still Allen. Yeah, it goes Allen, then Goff, then Mayfield, barely. So, still can't get away from Allen. I know the matchup is a little scary against the Patriots, but they've also been shown that they can bust apart. And I think that at this point, they need to. We talked about it yesterday. The Bills need to have a statement game, and this needs to be it. They can take hold of the reins and have the lead in their division and look really good doing it. So, really think Allen needs to show something, and if he doesn't, then you're going to be hurt no matter what. Because while I think tonight's game is fine, I can't trust it. Same issues with Goff. Opportunities are there, but do I really trust it? Not really. Too iffy. Polo, Baker, Caleb, Goff. I have Goff and Mayfield right next to each other, followed by Caleb. Where the heck is Caleb? Yeah, followed by Caleb. So, fine with either of them. I would say that Mayfield's probably slightly safer, just because this matchup's a lot easier than what Goff is playing against. So, and that's how I have it ranked. I have Goff just behind Baker. So, kind of where I'm at. Chazad, tight end, McBride or Likely. Still have McBride at the top, even in the tough matchup. I just can't get away from that. I do have Likely higher than a lot of people. I currently have him as my tight end 7, so shouldn't be too surprising. I got a lot of flack for it yesterday, but really like the matchup for him. Batch 82, Jordan Love versus Denver, and Superflex, no pivots on waivers. How good of... Okay, if I needed a running back to replace Jordan Love, I have him. You would need somebody like Kyron Williams, Bucky Irving, Saquon Barkley, Chase Brown, Etienne Cook are all in that range of... And that also takes into account... So one of the leagues that I deal with that is Superflex, pretty much the only one, is a league that you get negative points for incompletions. And so while Jordan Love has been good, the negative points could end up stacking up a little more against Denver. Oh, good, Polo. It's Goff. Or, no, sorry. It's Baker just barely because I'm nervous about Goff in the run game. So, Jacob, pick one. Ferguson, Pitts, or Strange? It's going to be Pitts. Ferguson didn't practice again today, so you're likely not playing him. And Pitts with Cousins have just been absolutely insane. Not that it means a whole lot, because, again, it's a week-to-week battle. But since over the past 2 weeks without London, he has yet to be under 15 fantasy points. So, and it's pretty much any week that London is out, Pitts has gotten double digits. So, with London being out, I'm rolling. You're welcome, Batch. I want to do your nails. Let's pick one. Fannin, Tyler Warren. It's Fannin. Did this all day yesterday. Sticking with it. I trust in it. Much rather roll out Fannin and hope for the best. Kenny Pickett's going to be the quarterback for the Raiders. Good for him. Not somebody you want to play, though. Just going to keep that up there because, yeah. Polo, yes, I do. But the Rams have been really good on defense, and so that makes me a lot more scared as compared to tonight's game where neither team really has defense. So while the over-under currently for this game is 44.5, which is low because I'm pretty sure the Lions are like 50. Yeah, so the Lions-Ram game is at 54.5, and they have the Rams at 5.5-point favorites. I could easily see that more likely to happen in this game than that game. Because while both offenses are really good, the Rams defense is enough to slow down the Lions a bit and force them to punt. Batch, if Jacobs is out, Wilson or Singletary? Wilson. That also helps things. More so Evans because it gives him a big target he can throw to in the end zone. But just the fact that they have so many weapons that are active tonight makes it a lot scarier and a lot more difficult to cover. So makes it a lot easier. Again, it's why Baker is ahead. It's a lot easier. I want to do your nails. Fannin or Pitts? I still have Fannin higher by one spot, so it's literally a coin flip. But with how they've been playing and the fact that they're going to have to throw, going to trust Fannin a lot more. If you think so, I mean, the issue is not that they could. It's more the fact that they need to in order to have success. The Bucs need to win this game. So with all the weapons that are available, much rather trust that. Also, you have Bucky back, but we saw in the first game that they limited him. So I would also continue to expect them to work in McMillan and Evans because they have that opportunity to. They want to get these guys back up to speed, and this is a great game to try and do it with. So, Royce, should I still trust Bowers? No, I still have Bowers ahead with Pickett. The person this actually, I think, ends up affecting more is potentially Trey Tucker because I think that now with it being Pickett, he's going to use his wide receivers a lot more. Makes it a lot more interesting. That's for sure. But again, it's iffy. Also, Polo, you see why I've been going back and forth on this. I mean, these are the things that you're like, well, could have happened, sure. But do I trust it to happen? I don't know on that one. I also, the issue for Goff is the fact that they have Gibbs who can run it in. And I could see that happening quite a bit as well. Meanwhile, that's not quite Baker's MO. I know that Baker has been hurt, so that's also changed how things have worked as well. But I'm still looking at... Here, I'll go back to their actual matchups and look. So, Baker has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they both 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they both have games that are really bad, unfortunately. But Baker's at least been slightly more consistent. And Baker's also hurt and hasn't had all of his weapons. So it's a very different offense. I don't think you go wrong between the two. Oh, that's Polo. This is Baker no matter what. Talk about something that scares me. Seattle players. Seattle players scare me. Outside of JSN, don't know what's going on there. Guessing this is Henderson for which previous question? Scoob. Where are you at, Scooby? Oh, on this one? Yeah, I still have Bowers higher. Unless you're talking about... Didn't you ask one previously? Could have sworn there was one higher than that. I think Henderson's your safest play, probably, but I still want to go... Oh, Trevor. That's weird. Awkward. I guess I'm missing the previous question. If Trevor, I don't know who Trevor is. Trey McBride? McBride would be ahead of Bowers and Kincaid. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm completely lost. So, jeez. Okay, 30-yard return already. All right. Well, in any case, I'm going to get out of here. Good luck in Week 15. Sorry this was just a complete mess, but that's just show business, unfortunately. Enjoy this game. Hopefully it's better than everybody expects because it's Thursday night on Prime. But in any case, have a good night. I will see you all Sunday. And remember, as always, to keep up the nonsense. See y'all.